On October 1st, 2017, my girlfriend Megan and I hopped on a plane in Toronto. While watching movies from the children's options, we traveled 7,077 kilometers to Rome, the capital of Italy. After arriving and settling into our Airbnb, we wasted no time in indulging into Italian culture. Pizza, gelato, history. I can't think of a better introduction for this amazing country than with great food and some of the most spectacular buildings in the world.
Dipinto di blu, felice di stare lassù.
Day 2 was our first full day in Rome, and I was excited to speak to the locals in Italian. Miauio. 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 What's the Italian word for meow? After learning my Italian skills weren't good enough for the locals, we decided to leave Italy and take the metro to the smallest country in the world, Vatican City. After passing through the military and the silly-looking guards, we were greeted by statues, almost 200 of them. But nothing compared to the line of people trying to get into the Vatican Museum. We are in Vatican Square, and the lineup for St. Peter's Basilica is insane. It starts, that's the entrance, and it goes all the way around.
And it's 3 hours long.
Around, down there, and way out there, and that's the street in Rome. It's literally out of this country. That's how long the line is. It is said if you were to spend 1 minute looking at every painting in the Vatican Museum, you'd be there for 4 years. We did not have 4 years to spend, so we went to the Vatican Post to send a postcard from the world-famous post office. Then we did a tour of the Vatican necropolis where the tomb of St. Peter is located, but I wasn't allowed to film there. After exploring St. Peter's Basilica, we took the 90-second escalator down to the metro and went to see some fountains. Triton Fountain greeted us when we took the 90-second ride back up to land. 600 meters away, we arrived at the famous Trevi Fountain. Despite there being thousands of tourists and people trying to sell you garbage, the beauty of the fountain overshadowed it. And after a long dinner in an authentic Italian restaurante, we took the graffitied metro home. Day 3. We began the day with a short walk to the Colosseum, which looked even better in daylight. Built between 70 and 80 AD, the Colosseum is one of the new 7 wonders of the world, and holy crap is it ever gigantic. Built for entertainment purposes, the Colosseum still stands out as one of the most magnificent structures ever built, and even though a lot of it has been restored over centuries due to earthquakes, it is still, in my opinion, a place everyone needs to see in their lifetime. After walking around the couple levels of the Colosseum, we moseyed on down to the Roman Forum. The city where the Roman Empire began was quite small for being a gathering place for 800,000 Romans, and even though it's mostly in ruins, it is still easy to get a glimpse of what ancient Roman life was like. and then at the Temple of Venus in Roma, in front of the Colosseum, I popped the question. She said yes, which meant the next 2 weeks of our trip would not be miserable. We then left the ancient world to get lunch and explore the city some more. While searching for the Pantheon for 40 minutes, we stumbled upon the tomb of the unknown soldier and Benito Mussolini's famous balcony, which I just learned was right beside the Roman Forum all along. At over 70 meters in height and almost 2.5 football fields in size, the altar of the fatherland is massive and stunning. After taking in the views, we went back on our quest to find the Pantheon. This time we stumbled upon some ancient ruins, which is now home to a cat colony. After my meowios didn't work once again, we finally decided to try and find the Pantheon. Built in 125 AD, the Pantheon's dome still stands as the largest unreinforced concrete dome in the world at 43 meters in height and diameter. Following the visit to the Pantheon, we ventured down to the Piazza Navona, a massive square filled with fountains and restaurants. Before this trip, my principal from my elementary school told me to have a glass of wine in front of a fountain on her. However, we're not really drinkers, and against Italian culture, we didn't get wine. But we did get gelato and enjoyed it in front of the Fountain of Neptune. Shout out to Mrs. Deacon. Thank you for telling me to go near a fountain in Rome. It's absolutely beautiful here. We're at the Piazza Navona. Went to have gelato instead of wine because we don't drink wine. But the gelato is amazing. So again, thank you. Continuing walking around the city of Rome, we ended the day at the 300-year-old Spanish Steps. In just 3 days in Rome, we had seen many of Italian's most famous landmarks and filled ourselves up with the world's best gelato and pizza. And we still had another day in Rome and a whole country to explore.